Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Yes, we are, folks. And there's the night driving, our favorite little musical interlude music, ongoing in the background, as always, hopefully. When I remember. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday, or like we like to call it, Wednesday, right? Hello, Kathy. Welcome to the program. Good friend of the program there, Catherine Weiss. Welcome to the program. And it's Operation Shutdown because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. That's where we are. And it's our good friend, Mad Pogue. Good to see you, buddy. So far, so good. There we are. Did you hear Germany? Foreign Minister of Germany sounds like she officially declared war on Russia. They're sending tanks, and we're sending tanks. I mean, when did the people ever, except for the brainwashed people, I see some local people in my area, they're doing these art projects in yellow and blue, and it's like, oh my God, it's just so disgusting. Yeah, like 100 billion isn't enough. Unbelievable. It's just sick. It's sick that people are tricked into backing something so evil as this. It's just so bad. War never solved anything, and it's never as easy as the planners think it's going to be. It's just opening up a bunch of cans of worms, and it's never a fun thing. Peace is the only way, baby. Peace. Peace is better than war. You don't waste as many tanks with peace. You don't waste any tanks. We should not be sending tanks there. The people did not vote on that. That should be a to the people vote type of thing. Shouldn't be left up to these new neocons that make money off of it. Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you here. And Peggy Dancer. Welcome to the program. Look what happens when I'm not looking. Everybody comes in. And you're all welcome. It's awesome. Awesome to see you here. Everybody. Yeah, just amazed that people would be just cheering this thing on. Yeah, let's attack a superpower. How stupid. It's not very smart. And if a guy like Lindsey Flimsy Graham is for something, then you know it's probably not good. Flimsy. It is awfully nice to see Adam Shifty Schiff, Ilhan Omar, and Swallowwell sitting there on their temporary soapboxes. He kicked us off of the thing just because we lied and had a relationship with a Chinese spy. I mean, come on, we all make mistakes, right? Let's back on the Intel Committee. And Ilhan Omar, what did she say? She said it's vital to our what is it, national safety or national security that she remain on. Well, what? So she can leak it to whoever she's really beholden to? Perhaps. I think they had to bend the rules to get her in there, because I don't think there used to be a rule where if you're of that certain faith, you cannot be in the American government, because it just does not blend well, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. Ilhan Omar. Wow. Unreal. And I think that was all planned. Now they bring all these Somalis in to one area, and then they elect someone. Who they elect? One of their own. It's so obvious to me. Anyway, you might notice that Mud Rabbit is not in the chat tonight. I got an email from her. She's not going to be making it tonight, so I appreciate all the mods that are here. She hurt her back, so send your prayers out to Mud Rabbit. And I hope that she's watching. I hope that she's not in too much pain. And I wanted to thank her for sending this card. I just got this in my P.O. box. A nice Christmas card from Mud Rabbit. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Even has a sugar cookie recipe on the inside. Isn't that cute? So thank you, Mud Rabbit. That was very sweet of you. Very, very nice. So nice to get things in the mail. Oh, Lily in the Valley is battling the Rona? Oh no. Well, that's not a good thing. We'll send our prayers out to her. Yes, prayers for Mud Rabbit. Yes. You know, I was listening to, quite frankly, the other night, and I encourage you all to watch that show. It's a great show. But someone called in, and this gentleman was talking about how he was in this accident, and he was in terrible pain, and he just couldn't get any relief from the pain he was in. And he went to some doctor, and he put these goggles on his face, and it was flashing lights, and the pain went away. And his reaction was so visceral. He threw him off and went back. What is this magic? Because it worked. It took pain away. So light therapy, light and sound therapy are going to be huge. And it seems like people are already implementing that. So if you're in pain, look that up. Dig into that. Light therapy for pain. I'd never heard of this before, so I have to do some digging on it as well. But what a miraculous thing that would be. Flashing lights. So instead of carrying Advil with you, you just carry a little strobe light with you. Oh man, my headache. Oh, I feel better. And you know, I bet that is what it is, because light therapy works for Alzheimer's too, as I've played this video on the show several times before, where they flashed light at a certain, like a 48 hertz or something like that, and it caused the little things in the brain that flashing at that frequency caused them to start cleaning up the little memory nodes that keeps your memory clear. And so I think that there's light communication inside your body. There's all kinds of light activated things within our body. The little photons are constantly popping off in there. And if there was be a way that we could detect those little light flashes inside our body for different bodily functions, we could probably figure out what kind of light therapy to help that certain part of the body when it goes bad. You know? It's all very interesting, I would have to say. Also, Mud Rabbit had sent me a video the other day of that guy, what's his name? He's got that fish, Hecklefish Moriarity. And he's got a very highly polished show where he talks to this this CGI fish, Hecklefish Moriarity. And he's got a cool voice. He's got a great presentation. But all of his shows, they're pretty much laid out the same. He and the fish take you on this journey and into these different conspiracies. And it's very intriguing. you're really intrigued by the evidence he's showing, and at the end it's always the same. It's, oh, but it's been debunked. Oh, it's just not real. And so, it's highly polished, and it always ends up with the debunking. Always. I've only watched it a few times, but every time I've watched it, it's a debunk. And he's very convincing. And so she sent me this one on Apollo 20. And I thought, oh, this looks interesting. And I was really hooked in because, I'd been watching this since it came out, like 2007. Retired RAF or something like that was the name on that. Videos when it came out, William Rutledge. But he was talking about specifics of the mission that didn't match up with how I remembered when it first came out. And at the end, his big reveal was, it was all a hoax. And this guy, this content creator guy, admitted to hoaxing it. At first, we weren't convinced. Then he pulls out this mask. Well, so I noticed when I looked up Apollo 20 recently for one of the previous shows that we did on Apollo 20, I noticed there was a new, obviously fake video of the Mona Lisa, the alien woman, humanoid, that they supposedly found Apollo 20. So this Hecklefish guy, the fish is called Hecklefish, but they're interviewing this old guy who claims that he faked it, and he shows this mask that he supposedly made, and it looks kind of like it looks a lot like the face on that Mona Lisa, but it looks exactly like the new one that's clearly a hoax. You can see it moving like it's not attached to a real body. And I have some of these to show for you, to show you what I mean about how it looks fake. So this is what they do. I mean, when something comes out that has a pretty good chance of being true, the deep state goes to work, and they have endless budgets. They can make these props that look very close to the thing that you saw a video of. But I was confused when I first saw this other video because it was showing from different angles I'd never seen before in the original footage. And I looked at it closely and I'm like, this is not. And they show like someone with an Apollo glove, but it's all like ripped apart. It's pretty cheesy. It's pretty cheesy. Hello, Yvonne. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Welcome to the program. So let's get to some of these videos and see what you think about this. See if you agree with me or maybe not. Okay, here's a compilation video where someone has put together some of the real footage and this obvious hoax footage. We're going to start off with the hoax part, okay? And this is what I think is not the actual face, okay? I think this here is a fake thing someone made to make it look like her. Okay, so we're gonna go back a little bit here. Okay, they show it from a side view, which I've never seen before. Never seen this angle. These things look wrong. This is different. It's all different, okay? And let's just watch a little bit of this. I'm going to turn the music down so we don't get a copyright strike. But okay, so did you see that? Oh, oops. Uh-oh. Did you see the glove? Look at the gloves. They're all ripped up. And the face there, it's just a very flat relief sculpture, you can tell. Oops. Wherever there's a glove, they always speed it up on this particular part of the footage. You can tell this is different. It's a different quality film. It's a video. Look how clear everything is. This is not the original footage, okay? So let's, oh. See these gloves? This is not, this is such a cheesy thing. So compare this to the actual footage of her. Let's see, where is it? These pictures. Starts right about here. Look how crystal clear everything is there. Now look at this. This is the original footage. This is different. And it's not as, it's more three-dimensional. Okay, and here's some of the writing that they found. So that's the original footage. Here's the fake footage. Can you see the difference now? See the difference? And look at the gloves. I'm gonna freeze it here on where the gloves are showing. They're all ripped up like they're super old or, oh gosh. I gotta check back with you guys and see what you all think about this. So there you go. So that's my analysis of that hecklefish thing. It's not been debunked. This part of it has been debunked. Yes, I believe someone made that mask. This is a fake part. But the previous part, I still have questions about. And this being fake does not make me throw the whole thing out, okay, for me. But that's just me. We'll see. We'll see what you all think of this. It's weird. The newer one looks to be made of terracotta clay. It's made out of something. I think the original must have been made out of some kind of clay, but this is rubberized. I think it is rubber, because the nose gets pushed in a little bit. I think they made a point to do that to show that it wasn't something hard. That doesn't mean that it's not faked. And on that hecklefish video, and let me get that up here. The hecklefish video, he claims to debunk it, but he's just debunking that one part right there. So but that's, his show is all about that. It's all about debunking, getting you all excited through the whole thing, and then the big letdown, which is, that's what the deep state wants to keep you in, this constant roller coaster of, oh, it could be true. Oh, it's not true, like everything else. And they want you to get discouraged. But don't get discouraged, folks. Okay. Now we got that up too. Oh, look what's playing. Skip ads. Okay. It's called, here I'll put the thing into the deal there. Here you go. Here is that Hecklefish video, and you can watch it for yourself. And at the end, he talks to that guy with the claims that he hoaxed it, that he did the hoax thing. So let's just watch a little bit more of this. See the gloves? They're just, there's no way that that's an Apollo mission right there with gloves like that, all tattered up and just looking like, yeah, not NASA gloves, okay? Or hockey gloves or something. It's just fake to me. This part looks so fake. Look how clear it looks, and yeah, some PVC piping there. Yeah, this is just, it's terrible. And here's some more of that fake mask. You can tell by the way it's moving, it's not. And look how cheesy it looks compared to this, which was the original. See how fuzzy it looks? It's not super clear. And there's just normal hands. Here's the whole body. The skin is, oh, they never showed that part before. That's probably fake too. Yeah, well. Yeah, I see they moved their nose, but look at the gloves. These are, I don't know, man. It's cheesy, very cheesy. So I believe that this part of it is, this is what happens. A good case like this, they'll insert other footage that claims to debunk it, but it's not really debunking anything. They're just trying to convince people that, oh, what you thought before isn't true. Quit thinking that. Be a sheep. Don't look this way. Don't look this way. So let's take a look at that Hecklefish one that Mud Rabbit sent me. Yes, Yvonne, just sad that some people choose to be dishonest. I prefer honest, genuine people with good intentions. Yeah, that's the way it should be. And I'm really quite alarmed at all of the videos of violence going on in different places of the country. So here's the show. And here it is. WF is the name of the channel here. And so he goes through, oops. So this is like the inside of the cockpit there for Apollo 20. You see, it shows a giant ship. Here's the orbiter and here's the lander. They're going to check this thing out. Of course, they're not really going to lift it up. But, so this is, oh, uh-oh, got the ad. We got to skip the ad. I always have skippable ones on my channel too. There's the ship. Didn't show up very much. There's Hecklefish right there. Okay, he's going to show some different things. Oops. Now this part always looked fake to me too. That looks like clay to me. This does not look real. I think this is also fake footage inserted in to make it look, to debunk it. And this too, this, that looks like a camera on very small sculpture. You'd have to be hovering right over it. I don't know how you'd get that shot. And he's talking about stuff from the mission, but it's all from a book that this guy who claims he hoaxed it wrote after the fact. So here's someone clearly trying to attach themselves to this old footage and claim that he did it to get clicks, I guess. I don't know. So here he shows this footage. And then he shows this, which is that fake face. That fake face. See with the crappy gloves? That's how you can tell. He didn't wear those gloves. Here's the real footage. Okay, so he's glossing over the real stuff and focusing on the fake stuff. This is the real footage that came out. You can see that the film quality is more analog. You got the different colors there separating. It's completely different. It's 70s quality equipment. So at the end, he says this, he's claiming that it was all this guy. Where is it? Where is it? Apollo 20. The Unknown Mission. This is the book. This is Theory Speth, however you say that. That's who, he just wrote this book about it, made up all this stuff. It doesn't match the original story. None of it does. It's ridiculous. And so here's the end of the show where he's going to be talking about that it was here, and here's the mask that the guy shows. See? It's supposedly supposed to prove that this was faked. So that's enough for him. Wrap it up. It's all fake, folks.
There's a story like this book.
See? Very highly produced, good sound quality. We got the little CGI fish there that's how he's talking. Comic relief. Yeah, so there it is. I think I debunked the debunker. Yeah, you're a huge skeptic. I dislike the debunkers too, but I don't mind debunking the debunkers. It does look like a miniature, doesn't it? Yeah. And working on the shows I did, like Space Cadets, we had spaceships, little model spaceships. There's a lot you can do and make it look pretty real. The whole, Hollywood thing. Like now you see footage now, or even still pictures of production crews from like Dukes of Hazzard, and they're doing some big jump with the General Lee, and the General Lee is like this big. It's like a remote control car, so they can cut down the cost. Very clever. I think they fooled everybody. I don't think anybody suspected that, but it's fun to see that nowadays. Yeah, it's easy to fake something nowadays. There's so many tools for the faker. So many faker tools. Oh yeah, see where it says Revel? Yeah, right? Model kit. Yeah. I saw some disturbing footage today of rows and rows and rows, a whole train load full of tanks. I just can't believe that, well, that the deep states, well, you know, they're 4 years behind on their plan for World War III, and they're bound and determined to make it happen. So sad, so sick. So pray for peace, folks. Pray for peace. That's what you need to do. And pray that Putin has lots of patience. But this has to end. The people need to stand up and let their voices be heard. We don't want this. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants it, except the neocons that are making money off of it, who think they're going to rule the world. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, folks. I just don't. I have a very bad feeling about this. And it's very unnerving. So please try to pray for peace. That these people that are given certain orders don't do those orders. Because war just sucks, man. I just hate war. And you know, on my Facebook page, the background picture is when Trump first became president. I had this really comforting peace feeling that peace was finally here. And so I posted something very peace-like, still is on my Facebook page. Peace is the only way, because with peace, there's no death and destruction. With war, there's death and destruction. So peace is way, way better. I don't know who would ever want war over peace. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's why there's something else behind it. And it's sick. Yeah, I think they're nervous because all of their biolabs were figured out, caught. All that evidence has been caught. Now they want to just drown it in a war. It's really sick. We shouldn't let it happen. Shouldn't let it happen. Send them the cardboard tanks. Tell them, hey, here's a bluff for you. They'll think you got a lot. There you go. You know, there's certain rules to war, right? There's war rules. So why don't they make a new rule? Okay, everybody that's thinking about going to war, you know, in an effort to trim the costs of war and the casualties, we're going to go to all paintball wars. So from now on, it's not fight to the death, it's fight till you get the paint splattered on you of the other guy. Then you're captured and everything's copacetic. Nobody's angry and no one's losing their life. There's the new rules to war. War is primitive and unnecessary. Yes, I agree 100%. It's all a big twisted business. It is. Sometimes war is necessary. Yes, the world is a primitive place. Animals' instincts rule many people. Good point. But this war doesn't need to happen. Russia is not an unstable partner to Europe. In fact, he wanted to join NATO. They wouldn't let him. Well, hello? Wouldn't that be the best way to keep an eye on someone, to bring them into your club? I just see, for these warmongers to exist, there has to be an enemy. And once, you know, if they ever do get rid of a certain enemy, they got another one has to pop up. Otherwise, they're irrelevant. But they should not allow any company that makes war products to be for profit. Shouldn't be. Make it not for profit. Make it impossible to profit off of war. I think one of, if I remember correctly, I think one of Andrew's 100 proposals, I could be wrong, don't quote me, was to start a Department of Peace. We have a Department of War. Why don't we have a Department of Peace? Hey, you know who would be a great vice president for Trump? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. A Kennedy. Wow. And a Democrat. Wouldn't that be something? Wow. Isn't it odd that the Democrats aren't rallying around him? You'd think they would. I think the smart ones are. The smart ones are. But boy, what a awesome guy he is. I mean, with all the things he has to overcome with his condition, with his speech and everything, and he keeps pressing forward like a real good guy does, fighting all these evil things. Kennedy, good idea. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Especially when you think about his relationship with JFK Jr. He and Donald were fast friends. They need to release free energy patents if they actually exist. They do. Yeah, and anti-gravity. And teleportation. Tesla portal teleportation, where you open up a portal, a tunnel in time space, like Andy did back in 1968. His first time teleporting 2,000 miles in 6 seconds from New Jersey to Santa Fe, New Mexico. About 15 inches off the ground, going really fast. Sometimes people would see him zipping by. Some farmer like, oh, what was that? It's a couple of teleporters teleporting. "15 inches off the ground, just zipping." What if someone put something up in your path? Like, oh, let's put the outhouse here. You speed along, blam, right into the outhouse. I don't know how that works. Would it detect it and go above it? I don't know. So many questions about this tunnel in time space. He described it as a triangle, an oblique triangle-shaped tunnel, like a triangle, but the edges are rounded. So, and it was like blue lit up, and you're floating. He said some kids started to do flips as they were teleporting. They could, because it's zero gravity, you're floating. And then eventually you wormhole off in different directions. You find gentle footfall. It lets you down softly. So that's so cool. But, a lot of his problems, physical problems, might have been caused by going through these programs, like his kidney problems. The microtubules that are in your kidneys. I think that maybe the vibration or the resonance of going through it, like a time-space tunnel like that, maybe it does something to the very small parts of your body. I don't know. Points in time, yes. Yes, he certainly is doing awesome work in that area right there. You said it right there. The Time Tunnel. Yeah, I remember that show. That was my favorite show. It was only out for one season. I was so disappointed when they didn't bring that back. And if you've ever watched it, it was a great story where they run into this cornucopia of ever smaller ellipses, and you run through this thing and you get travel back or forward into time. But they always were not quite sure where they were sending these people. And then they would invariably, every episode, to get lost in time. Then they'd have to like scramble and look through all their history books and find out, maybe he's here. And then they figure it out and then they get it back. The Time Tunnel was a great show. That is a very big tragedy about Andrew's health issues. But, according to his dad, he lives to 117. So he's going to live a long life. And his dad told him that he would regain his sight again after an operation. He hasn't had that operation yet. So his dad told me to lose his sight, but he would regain it after he got some kind of treatment. So there you go. I'm going to put the call in here. So feel free to call in. See what you think of some of this stuff. Yeah. And teleporting, can you imagine going 2,000 miles in 6 seconds? If they've perfected it and made it safe. But cars aren't safe. We lose thousands of people a year in car accidents. They're not safe. I mean, and he points out also, Andrew talks about airplanes, that a lot of women have miscarriages after airplane flights. I did not know that. But there's something you would avoid those problems if you were teleporting, possibly. Good night, Yvonda. You're nodding off. Well, I hope you have a good dream. There's your call-in number there. If you want to call in. Our mods are saying good night. Thank you, mods. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Putting the finishing touches on the book. Hopefully it'll be out soon, folks. I'm really hoping that it will. All right. Did you see this? Here's something I thought was interesting. Maybe you've already heard this. So breaking, Senator Josh Hawley has introduced the Pelosi Act, a bill to ban stock trades by lawmakers and spouses. Now, she just famously sold millions worth of Google stock. And then what happens now? Oh, the DOJ is suing Google. Oh, how did she know to sell that stock before it went down? Gosh, I wonder how she could have. She's like amazing. Well, she's got a future in, hedge funding someday, don't you think? Possibly. Look at this. That's in Japan. It's the Gundam life-size model. It can move. It can sort of walk. It's pretty awesome. But it's not, it could get tipped over very easily. I don't think it's any kind of a fighting thing. Some people are thinking it is. I don't think so. Hey, do you think it's time? Hey, I think it's about to hit that gong. Yes. It's time to give him the gong. that time. Don't you think? Yes, Chuck Woolery. No, not Chuck Woolery. What was his name? Chuck something. Chuck Barris, that's it. Thanks. Yep. See, look. Yes, we can land on the sun. We just have to go at night. Hey, there's logic for you. Hello, James Rohrback. You know what? Since AOC came on the scene, blonde jokes have just fallen by the wayside. Don't you think? I think she should go blonde. Would that be just good? Go blonde! Why not? At least they'd have a reason, right? Just kidding, blonde people. Just kidding. Yeah. I think it's a good plan, AOC. I think it's a pretty good plan. Oops. This is one of my other episodes. I pulled these off because these two images here are the only things I have left from The Awesome Possum Goes to School. So I have to re-illustrate these. I'm glad I have these on there to do that. So there you go. And the first book is almost done. Again, hopefully I can get it out before this computer crashes. We'll see. It's always a race, isn't it, against time? Donkey tooth jokes are on the rise. Yeah. That's right. Hey, there's our truth quester, James Rohrback. Roaring back. That's right. That is right. You know, on the last show, I played another song, and some people were making some comments about it, and they liked it. So I think I'm going to play it again. And it's called Baby, Don't Ever Let Me Go. And Baby Don't Ever Let Me Go is Ray Kramer and Greg Sletton on guitar. So Johnny's not in this one. This is one of his later, in more recent years, he did a series of countryish songs, and this is one of them called Baby Don't Ever Let Me Go. And actually, I would love to redo this song. It's a great song. Here it goes. Enjoy this.
Baby, don't ever let me go. I want the whole world to know that I love you and you love me, and that is how it's supposed to be. is how it's supposed to be. Baby, don't ever let me go. I want the whole world to know that I love you and you love me, and that is how it's supposed to be.
All right. Baby, don't ever let me go. Great song. Great song, I say. By my old friend Ray and Greg Slutton on guitar. It's a guy he did some tunes with. A whole album worth, a couple albums worth of tunes, actually. So there you go. That was him on the screen there. One of our images that we used for our show XTV, Extreme Television, Minnesota's only music video showcase. That was our one of our cable access shows back in the old days of cable access. Those were fun days, let me tell you. Boy, analog videotape editing takes a long time. It takes a long time. Those video editors, those old-fashioned things. But it's a whole lot of fun, Yeah, so, Baby Don't Ever Let Me Go. It's a great song. I want the whole world to know that I love you and you love me, and that is how it's supposed to be. It is how it's supposed to be. It's like, that's the way love is supposed to be. Oh, thanks, Dark Brain. And it's my buddy. He's passed away, but thanks, man. He is very good. Link? Oh, to call in? Let me put it in again. So there it is. Hope you're all having a good evening and a fun time. Booms. Oh, song link. Oh, no, those songs aren't available. Those songs aren't available anywhere but here until I can figure out how to do it. Because he's passed away, okay? So I have to figure out how to do it. So you won't hear that song anywhere else except on the show. Same with all the other songs that you've heard here. You won't hear them anywhere else because they aren't anywhere else yet. I would love to get them so I could send out links to this music, but I just can't do it yet. I have to figure out all the, I want to get them on like iTunes or something. Would be nice. So we'll see. I have to talk to Johnny and Greg about all that kind of stuff. How we can do that. Upload on my channel? You mean like just one song a piece? Well, I would love to do that, but if I did that, I would have to have a video to go along with it, and I just don't have. I don't have the ability to do that right now. I don't have a camera. I don't have. I really don't have what I would need to do that. I don't have a video editing system, so I'm I'm lucky I'm able to even do this because I have this is an old computer I have. So I'm very grateful to be able to do what I'm able to do. But someday I should do that. I will do that. I have to go through a lot of old video footage. Then I got to figure out how to get the video onto the confuser. And it's not easy. Not as easy as you think it would be. And I've been tried. No video first? I think there would have to be no video necessary? Well, if it was on iTunes, you wouldn't need a video. Right? Looks like James is joining us again. Hello, James.
Hey, brother. It was getting confusing, but yeah. What I'm suggesting is you could put out like the audio with just a picture, and then do them song by song. You could put them on your channel. You can even probably categorize them, But you could, and then once you have a video for one, you can do an updated version, But just, get the music out there so people can hear it. Is what I'm thinking.
I did do that for one of his songs, and it's called Honor the Stars and Stripes.
Was he not signed?
No, he was not signed, ever.
Okay, well then people haven't heard this music and he's gone. Right? So, get it out there to the people.
Well, that's my intention, but I don't want to do it the wrong way. I want to do it the right way, And so I need to talk to the other people who are involved in making those tracks. See what I'm saying?
For sure.
Right.
So even before doing like an audio, with a one visual, you think they would be opposed to that, or you need to ask for that permission to do that? Or
I think I would have to do that. Yeah,
it would be respectful. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be.
Yeah, I would opt that way. Just to be above and beyond board, But if they say okay, shoot, just put out a version of audio. Doesn't matter if it's one still image, just to get it out there. And then once you later and they say, oh, well, we see your people like it and they're seeing it, and they give you permission to put a video up, then you can do that. But I don't know. I'm about supporting independent.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's
where it's at.
Local farms, local stores.
Oh, yeah.
Independent.
Oh yeah. Well, where the heck? I'm trying to find that video now. I can't find it.
You're gonna show it again?
No, the video of Honor the Stars and Stripes. That one?
I'm lost. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're talking about taking these songs that rated.
Oh, that's one of his songs? Okay.
There's an echo going on again. I don't know what that is, but I can hear my voice. But now it's a little bit better.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think I have to do this a different way. It's not coming up for some reason. It's alive. But anyway, if you search on my channel, go back a couple years, and you'll find Honor the Stars and Stripes, even though I can't find it right now and I'm looking for it.
It's shadow banned.
No, I just need to go over here, I think. It's hard to do things on the fly when you're on the air, you know. It's really kind of difficult.
It's something you posted on YouTube?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. So it's way back there. I'm trying to find it now.
You might have to check over, is it less than a minute?
No, it's not less than a minute.
Okay. They have a category for lives now, and videos and shorts.
Right.
Honestly, yeah.
You might be in your shorts, you're saying? I only have one short. That's my Oh My God UFO.
Yeah, it's usually under a minute. They auto-classify it as a short now. It irritates the heck out of me, man, because most of my videos are, brief.
Are they?
A lot of clippets and, action.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. It's gone. What the heck happened to it? I don't get it. Something's wrong here. I hate looking for stuff when I'm on the air and I can't find it. It's very frustrating. But somewhere there's a video on my channel called Honor the Stars and Stripes. And it's Ray's song about honoring the flag, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh, shorts. Wow. Maybe it's under the live. Check under the live. No, I did not do it live. But who knows how they categorize things. What's new with you?
Not much. Interesting you brought that up because I just finished watching this debate with Bryson Gray and Brendan Dilley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And, love them both, but they were getting aggressive, and then at the end they kind of mellowed out and they agreed on stuff. But Dilly's kind of pompous, and he claims to be a Christian. He doesn't read the Bible, and it's like he's funny. He makes good points and stuff, but he's completely political. He's completely about winning, and like Bryson Gray is looking at it from a spiritual perspective. And it's but it's infighting, and I don't like to see that. Really?
Yeah, that's not good. Not good. Like, yeah, we're all trying to be on the same team here, so we shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah, so I ended up commenting. I was like, ultimately, like, God is in control. Like, God puts those people in positions of power, whether it's, the person for the job or the person that we deserve. And,
I don't claim to know what God does,
but without God, our country's going to fall. And without voting, our country's going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Bryson Gray is talking about, evangelicals not voting. And I'm like, no, that's stupid. And even Debbie Rouse saw, because I was watching a replay of live chat, and Debbie Rouse jumped in, and she was like, "Yeah, that's stupid not to vote," you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We need to come together. I made a comment. It was like, we need to remember the children, you know.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Yeah. It's these kids today, man, they're facing so many evils that we never faced when we were kids, you know?
And it's an invisible war.
Yeah.
It's not a war it's not a kinetic war.
And did you
It's
hear
not a
about
war that can be seen. And so people go about their daily lives. They don't realize there's a war going on.
right? Yeah. True.
So, what were you saying?
I don't know. I'm still kind of looking for that video. It's driving me nuts. Holy crap moly. I make way too many videos.
Too many?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not there for enough. So.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them here. And I can't seem to find. I checked the videos, the shorts, and the lives. It's nowhere. So I don't know where the heck it went. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there you go.
I found it. I'll put it in the chat. I'll just put a link in the chat. So if you want to see a video of Ray with Greg Sletton called Honor the Stars and Stripes, then we have a video for you already made. And this was an easy one. I just kind of, for a lot of it, I just filmed my American flag. It's my first American flag. I got it not too long ago, a couple years ago.
I don't think I can see public chat right now.
Oh, Dark Brain already found it for me. Oh my goodness. Thanks, buddy. I wasn't even.
All right. Well, maybe Dark Brain can PM me or, send me a link or something, because I can't see the chat.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just filmed my flag, and I got some pictures from Arlington, and because he talks about so many people died, and honor the flag, honor the Stars and Stripes. It's a beautiful song. It's a very patriotic song.
Excuse me.
He was in the military. He was in the military, and he was a cook.
Nice.
Have you ever been in the military?
Not myself. No, I was ready, but Bush and Obama, and I was like, no, I don't want to sign up. And now I'm like 41, so
yeah. Well, to anyone who has dyslexia, you're 14. So there you go. You see numbers backwards. To anyone who's dyslexic, you're 14. So you can't even drive. You're not old enough.
Well,
now what are you gonna do?
If I knew what I know now, that would be a gift, wouldn't it?
Well, I know what you're saying, but you know what? Probably, I'm thinking maybe if you did go back, you'd just be yourself again, and you maybe wouldn't take your own advice from the future. And look who's here, Cookie Miller. Hello, Cookie Miller. Good to see you here.
Hello?
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Well, I mean, were you saying it would be a burden to know what I know now? Because it could be. It would totally change what I did and what I know.
Maybe it wouldn't, because you still be your same self.
Yeah, but I made a lot of stupid decisions. I'll tell you that.
That's how we learn, That,
you know.
oh, look at that pretty flame on the candle. Ouch! Oh, now I know what that thing is. It's hot. Don't touch it.
Yeah. I say don't touch it, and you want to touch it.
Right.
Anybody else like that?
Oh
Or
yeah.
is it just me?
Yeah. It's a pretty dangerous place growing up. Oh, but hopefully soon, there'll be no more gas stoves. Such a horrible thing those things are. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I had a choice. I could have had a gas stove or an electric stove when I moved in here. But I chose an electric stove. Even though I like gas stoves better, they're better for cooking.
Yeah.
Electric
I think it's more even.
and electric stoves just dry everything out. So usually for recipes, you put the heat a little bit lower and a little bit less time in a electric oven. It won't add a lot of water to it before you cook it, and then it'll even it out. But the way I was figuring it was, well, an electric stove can't explode, right?
And if the power goes out, or I should say the electric goes out, I don't like to call it power, by the way. It's power if we give it to them, you know what I mean?
Right.
But the electric goes out, you still can use your gas.
True.
It never goes out in like
Right.
winter storms and everything.
I agree. And someone made a very good point today about all this, saying, it's China that's pushing for this. Because what would China want to get their hands on? All of our natural gas. They could run their economy on our natural gas. We've got the largest deposits in the world. So they don't want
literally.
And they're going to sell it to them. That's what they're going to do. Seems like. Anyway.
Oh no, I agree. I mean, if we're going to be exporting that, we've already depleted our oil reserves.
I know. It's terrible.
How foolish is that?
Well, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. They're trying to drain.
I know.
Well, remember what the generals all told Trump when he first took office. All the top generals said, I know that tensions are high with North Korea, but sir, please don't start a war anytime soon because we're out of ammunition. Out of ammunition? They were completely out of ammunition.
And then what did we give to Afghanistan?
I know. It's
and that was a strategic base to be able to hit China.
Or to keep an eye on China, right? Or to be a deterrent.
Yeah, to be able to spy on them and
now,
whatever.
Now you know who's looking at buying some of that from Afghanistan, from the Taliban? Russia. So while we're sending tanks over, he's buying all that stuff over there that we left. They won't know who to shoot at. It all looks like friendly. Don't shoot at that. That's one of ours. Oh, wait a minute. They got our stuff now. Holy moly.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ukraine has, we're gifting whatever. Apparently Abrams tanks now.
Yeah.
Are
Not
you
only
kidding?
Abrams tanks, these are more vicious. They're Stacey Abrams tanks. They have a picture of Stacey Abrams on them, and they're much more.
Stacey Abrams tanks. I made a meme on that, dude.
Yeah. I think some more people
Stacey Abrams tank.
Yeah, they're much more effective, much more deadly. Yeah.
Yeah, the meme was, nobody saw it, but,
Stops them in their tracks.
And that freaking field goal gap in her teeth, man. I saw that meme with, like, it zoomed in and zoomed in. It was Biden sniffing in between. Yeah.
Biden sniffing what?
Biden sniffing like in between the gap of her tooth.
Oh God.
It zoomed in, it was like 4 closer images, and it was Biden.
I think I remember that one. Yeah, that's hilarious. Have you ever seen the Elvis Mobile, my old car?
What was it?
I think it's a PT Cruiser. There it is on screen there.
Chrysler.
PT Cruiser, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Dodge Neon, basically.
It was a great car, except the turning radius sucked, and the engine blew up on me. Other than that, it was a good car.
Well, it was basically a Dodge Neon, a 4-stroke, right? Or 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, great fuel economy, but you can load it up to where it's not so great.
I just like the design of it, and me and my kids painted the flames on it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I mean, that's cool. And it's got room for your kids.
Oh yeah.
And Dodge Neon, I sat in the back of one, and I was like, it hit bumps, and my head was smashed. It's like, there's no headroom.
When this car came out, it was the best-selling car of all time. They sold more of these than any other car at the time.
No way.
Oh yeah. I owned another car that had the same distinction, a 1984 Pontiac Fiero.
Oh, I remember the Fieros. They were kind of sleek looking. You can put like a spoiler on those things, and they can look like they're, even lower them a little bit.
Plus 42 miles to the gallon I was getting.
No way.
42 miles to the gallon. Because it was designed as a commuter car, just to go to work and back, to get good mileage. 42 miles to the gallon, and it was rated #1 in safety and survivability in a crash. The Fiero, #1. They overbuilt it because they knew it was going to be, tough to keep a little car like that together, but they did. So both those cars were the best-selling cars ever at the time that they came out. Completely different cars. Now, did you ever see the Plymouth Pronto?
No, I don't. I'm not sure.
Hold on a second. I'll grab it here. I have it over here.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my headset just died, so.
I can hear you.
All right.
Okay. Here is the Plymouth Pronto. First of all, I gotta. Oh, there's me at the. There's me with the Elvis Mobile in my. It's a little fuzzy. I don't know why it's doing that. But so here, this is the Plymouth Pronto. This was a 2-door version of the PT Cruiser that they never came out with, that they should have. This thing would have rocked. Check it out. Look at that thing.
So that's a concept never made?
Car, the Plymouth Pronto. Yep.
Is a concept that never was made?
Never was made. And look at the top, has a roll.
Glass?
No.
It looks like the Teslas.
It's a vinyl. It rolls back. Vinyl top. It rolls back. It was really cool. If they would have made this, it would have sold more than the PT Cruiser. Look at that thing. It's like a wicked looking 2-door version of the PT Cruiser.
I like the old school take on the front.
Oh yeah. Well, the PT Cruiser was designed after a 1937 Chrysler sedan.
Yeah.
And the same guy who designed the PT Cruiser also designed the HHR, which I drive now. I drive an HHR. And it's a much better car mechanically, and it can turn on a dime. The turning radius of the PT Cruiser stunk. I mean, you had to back up and go forward, and back up and go forward, kind of like Austin Powers when he was in that.
Yeah, in the tunnel. Yeah. and then he's like sideways, and there's literally like 2 inches in front of him, and 2 inches behind him. It's like, how the heck can you ever get in that position?
I thought those movies were so funny. God, just. And
he starts doing the like 78 point turn or whatever, and he's like bing bong between the walls, you know.
I know.
and then they take that cut to where there's no possible way without flipping that thing upright.
Right.
You know, and like turning it.
Too. He's in a hurry. He's like looking back, going forward, looking back.
Yeah.
People are chasing him, and he's like trying to get away. These things. Yeah.
But the cutaway where it's just like 2 inches between each wall, that was a.
Oh yeah, I know, that was great. I love how Dr. Evil doesn't even swear. He's Dr. Evil, but he says frickin'.
Yeah, frickin'.
Yeah. Some Dr. Evil you got there. Yeah, it's hilarious. The jokes.
Frickin' sharks with laser beams.
Right.
Okay.
Even the the little things he did is hilarious.
Mini me.
Me, yeah. Yeah.
Goldfinger. Yep, that was good stuff.
PT Cruiser is cute. The HHR looks like a hungry hippo. Really? Hungry hippo.
Oh, it's a more rounded nose, I think.
Yeah, well, I will agree with you. I think the design of the PT Cruiser was far superior to the design of the HHR. However, the mechanics of HHR far exceed the mechanics of the
Perhaps, but if it's ugly, it's like some of the old Priuses with like the covers that like cover half of the rear wheel.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Fender skirts, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those
are the ugliest freaking things.
Really? Fender skirts? No.
Yeah, where it covers half the rear wheel.
Yeah, that's cool. Now the dash.
No, dude, that's super gay. It's like, wow. It's like,
different strokes for different folks, you know.
It's the ugliest thing, dude. And I used to think the half car truck thing was like super weird.
Half car truck? You mean the El Camino?
Yeah, I mean,
those were
yeah,
great.
but not like a cool one. Like the I would be over in the country in North Carolina. Come on, and the ones I would see had these like swoops down the side, like going from the cab down to the truck bed kind of thing, and it would just look really weird to see a half car truck, you know.
Yeah,
I was just not used to it. Maybe, I don't know, but
my dad had an El Camino. It was really cool. It had like a Pegasus.
Yeah, they can be.
It had like a Pegasus on the hood, kind of like a Firebird had. It was really cool. Quite cool, actually.
But it's way cooler when it has a big grill in the front, and then it goes from like hard cab down to truck bed kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like a truck. I mean, it's like, but a half car, half truck is just, you know what I mean?
Well, do you know why they made those? I think the Ranchero was the first one by Ford. Do you know why they were making them? Why they made them? Because they were noticing that farmers were taking their old station wagons and cutting the backs off of them to haul things around on their farm. And they said, hey, look what these farmers are doing. We should give them a product like this. That's why they did it. But
the El Camino, you mean?
The El Camino and the Ranchero. Yeah, the Ranchero, I think.
I think it was the Ranchero that looked a little more funny to me.
Yeah.
El Camino was pretty awesome. And honestly, like from what I know now, as far as the motors, it's like, yeah, that's pretty sick. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I had a Civic like for a long time, man, and it's a four banger, and I could do a 3 hour drive and back on one tank of gas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Parades are always fun. Oh, there's my daughter and her friend and two of the gals I worked with at Meadow Ridge in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin. Did a little parade for them down there. It was awesome.
Nice. When was that?
Oh gosh.
It
Well,
looks warm. It's not recent.
this is my daughter, and now she's got her own kids. So it was quite a few years ago.
Oh, I see.
All the girls want pictures with. There's my son, and then here's his car here. This green flamed demo derby car.
It looks like it's sunk in the mud.
Yeah, he didn't last very long on that one.
Oh, the rear tires popped or what?
I don't know what happened, but
Did it lose the whole rear axle? I mean, it's pretty low.
every year they do this demo derby at the.
Yeah,
race
you're expected to lose something, but
I brought my son there when he was 3, and he got the bug back then. He's like, "Hey, Dad, you gonna put your car in a demo derby?" I said, "No, AJ, I'm not gonna put my car in a demo derby. Why not? Because it's my only car, and we need it to go to the store and to bring you to school. Those type of things."
yeah, don't let him drive. Not then.
But he would do this work on these cars, and it'd take all summer to make these things, and only a few seconds for them to get destroyed. But what happens here is now there's C&W Autos, and they're a junkyard in town, and so there's guys that work at the junkyard there. They have all these cars to choose from every year. And someone from that group always wins because they work like a team, right? So it's pretty hard to win against a whole team of other people.
Yeah, it's all rigged, kind of like
well,
an
it's
election.
If you hear what I'm saying, then I'm not gonna go right out and say it's rigged, but I'm just saying, yeah. But he just had a lot of fun doing this. And the first year he had 2 cars, and so I went there and he said, "Hey, Dad, my friend was going to drive the other car, but his mom won't let him. Do you want to be in it?" I said, "Oh, that'd be cool." I mean, I wasn't in the same heat as my son, but I'm in this car, and they're hitting hard, man. They are hitting hard.
Yeah.
So
They're going to be solid because, like, it's not just a chassis, but it's a frame around person to protect them, I'm sure.
yeah, it took all summer to get these cars ready. You take out all the glass, you take out the interior, everything burning.
Yep.
You take the gas tank out.
You
And
got extra seatbelt.
he did all the things that you need to do. He did it to both of these cars. And so I'm out there and cars are hitting me and I'm hitting cars, and it's like kind of fun, kind of smashing into cars like that. And then all of a sudden I got stuck and people kept hitting me. I'm like, "Why are they hitting me?" "Oh, I didn't break my little stick. I broke the stick off. They stopped hitting me." But then after the whole thing was done, I go out in the parking lot. I look behind me. There's this little Ford Fiesta, an orange Ford Fiesta. And I start revving it up and going towards it. Wait a minute. I got to get out of this mindset. No, you don't.
Yeah, this is not normal.
I was like, holy crap. I got to get out of this mindset where it's okay to crash.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird. So
It's like going to a movie and then coming out into reality with the fight.
the last year he did this, that I saw him do it,
It's like playing a video game and then turning around and like confusing it with real life.
Right, exactly. It's
Like
that's what it's like.
GTA or something.
It was weird. I had to like slap myself, like, no, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
tempting. A little defenseless little Ford Fiesta, puttering around. Look at him. Whack.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But yeah, that was great. But the last one he did of this, again, he spent all summer working on the car, getting it ready. He gets out there, the thing starts 11 seconds. I'm not kidding you. 11 seconds in. He gets broadsided by another car that ends up on top of him. He's upside down with his gas tank spilling gas all over him.
oh no.
And I'm like, what? Oh my God. And it was all filmed. I got it somewhere on film. And
That would be something to put on your channel.
crawled out. Thank God he was okay. Oh my.
Right.
And right before that, he goes, I can't believe Mom doesn't want me to do this. She says I'm going to get hurt. You can never get hurt. Yes, you can, AJ. It is possible.
Well, it worked out, right?
It worked out.
So-
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully,
So everybody in chat, like, how many people would want to watch this video if
I can't find it now.
Karen
It
posted?
might not be on this computer. It might be on my old computer. It might be lost. I don't know. I have to dig around for it.
But who wouldn't want to see an awesome video of him surviving? And a cool crash, right?
It wasn't very cool, honestly. It was kind of
No, it's
very scary.
a wicked crash, but it all worked out.
Yeah.
That's excitement, man. I mean, oh, dude, I had a friend, and he was just like accident prone, and I had all these videos of him, and it was like, hey man, I'm gonna post them on YouTube or whatever. He's like, well, you gotta, like, he didn't want me to post them. He's like, but it was him on a rope swing, and every time I had like 4 of them, where he would go out on this rope swing and something stupid would happen.
Really?
And it was hilarious. On a couple of these, I was just dying laughing.
Rope swing.
Oh, yeah. So,
Out into the lake?
no, it was just over a gap. Yeah, or out into the trees,
Boy, there was a rope swing out by us on a little lake called Little Long. It was little, but it was long. It was a real clear, spring-fed lake, beautiful lake. And there was this cliff and this rope, and there's a big knot on the end of the rope. But you're on this very little, like a 2-foot square pedestal to stand on. It wasn't very big. You had to lean forward. Someone had to like bring the rope up. You had to lean forward and you had to jump and then kind of like climb up the rope to get on it, to swing out into the lake and then drop in. And nothing but rocks below you if you missed that.
Yeah.
It was really scary, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 like that on Lake Washington. One would be like over rocks, and the other one would be over shallow water, So, but yeah, people set up rope swings, and if I had spurs and everything, I could go up and set up a rope swing, But yeah, they've been used for years, and it would probably be sketchy to, use one if it's not remade, basically.
Dangerous, yes. Peggy Dancer says, oh, it was your brother Mark showing how to do a tachometer using the speedometer yesterday. Yeah, my brother put out a video, Mark Moriarity. Check him out.
Okay.
It shows you can use a speedometer as a tachometer. Always doing crazy stuff like that.
Say what?
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
There's a video of him on this little mini bike. This little teeny tiny mini bike. You can barely fit on.
Oh, a pocket bike?
It's a trike. It's a little kid's trike that's got a motor on it. That's what it is.
What?
Yeah.
It's not a bicycle, like 2 wheels?
No.
Oh.
It's a tricycle. Let me see. I'll go to my brother's channel.
That's a trip. I used to have a pocket bike.
Pocket bike?
Yeah, it's like one of those little mini cross rocket bikes.
Oh. A motorcycle.
It's like
A motorcycle?
it's a little tiny one that like you're sitting on it and your knees are way out to the
Oh
side.
yeah, it looks like a little kid thing. I've seen those. Yeah, you had
Oh
one,
yeah.
but they're like a real thing though, aren't they? They're pretty fast, aren't they?
Yeah, they can scoot. It's a 1-cylinder, but it's a giant cylinder. I mean, this thing's like 4 inches across. And so a guy I knew, he got one as like a prize or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's made in China and assembled in China, you know.
yeah.
And so he just got on the thing and rode it around town until the thing fell apart on him.
Oh no. Wow.
And like it was dangerous and it scared him, I think. And he had to get it home, but he had it in his like storage in the parking garage of his apartment.
Okay.
And he's like, man, if you can fix it, man, like you can have it.
Wow.
I think he was scared because, yeah, you can't trust that it's made right. It's assembled in China. You gotta go through and tighten everything, and, you know, stuff's gonna vibrate loose, especially on something like that. So
Here's some of his cars. So it's 44. This is the Carcraft Dream Rod that he redid, brought it back from non-existent to a beautiful show car again. This is
those are sweet.
oh yeah, shaved the door handle on his Corvette here,
That's legit.
and this is his Futurian. Let's check this out. Oh, we got the
Yeah, it's not messing around there. That's legit.
There's the Futurian. Trying to get those things off the side there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's a 215 Buick aluminum block engine.
Yeah, look at the paint on that.
He did it all by himself. Sculpted the body, done in the same fashion as the old Big Daddy Roth cars.
That is like old school futuristic looking.
Yes,
Like
60s futuristic custom that he built. Just
yeah, that's like Jetsons looking. It's like
now look at the taillights. One of the car magazines this was featured in called those the coolest taillights on the planet.
where is it? Did I miss it?
The taillights?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Let's see.
But look at that motor coming out of that thing. My goodness gracious.
I know. And you know the front end is so low that he couldn't fit the springs in. He had put the springs in sideways, but it still goes up and down the front there. But the springs are sideways. Here's the taillights again.
Here we go.
I'm gonna show it. Oh, maybe he's not.
No?
There he is. He has to. There he is.
Oh. So what?
Yep. The future.
That's cool. Like that's cool today.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, man.
Like if they came out with some design like that on a modern car, that would be cool. And still look new. Goodness.
Where's his trike? Here's his boat. Check out the boat. He's got an HHR too.
Oh yeah. That thing's gonna burn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the exhaust might push it.
Let's see.
That's pretty.
Oh, here he is on his tricycle. Let's go with that one. That's my brother, my big brother.
That's cool.
We're riding on a trike.
Put that on your channel.
It's on his channel. It's on my channel now.
Well, he'll let him. I mean, he'll let you post it. Come on.
I don't even know how to do that.
Well, with YouTube, it lets you download it, I think, now.
There it is.
Or you can have him send you the original, and, you know. But yeah, like my book. Okay, so the guy gave me the thing. I fixed it up. You know, I had to take out the piston and, like, sand it a little bit. And, check everything, and you know, I took it all apart and put it back together and tightened everything up, and I was good to go. And so yeah, I had that thing for a minute, and then I had a GoPed, which is like, it's like the California GoPed, which is like a scooter with a weed eater motor.
Really?
And it's usually like a sandpaper kind of spindle, like the rod that comes out from the motor that spins the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually sandpaper kind of grip. But I had a high speed one, which was like just basically a rod with grooves kind of gouged into it, but they were kind of smooth.
Okay.
And like I can get up to 30 miles an hour. Easy.
Yeah. Cool. So that's my brother.
Yeah. I like toys. Getting late?
Yeah, it looks like it's getting late. We probably should kind of wrap it up, I think. I want to thank you for calling again, James. Awesome to hear from you.
Well, always a good time. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here, and thanks to everyone in the chat too. You guys rock.
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
got a great bunch of friends here.
Yes, they do, and we all have to pour our prayers out for everyone who needs it, and for Mud Rabbit tonight, because she has a sore back. Hopefully she'll be back by Friday, so let's hope that she does.
I'll be praying for her.
So good to see you again, Cookie Miller.
Well, God bless you, and God bless everyone in chat, and I will say good night and peace within.
Peace, brother.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you too. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. We heard from our good friend, Mr. Roaring back. So, okay, so I'm so honest, and maybe I can dare to speak up again. Two things I'm strongly compelled to bring attention to. I don't care if I'm off. Maybe someone can relate. Learn the elements. Okay. Thanks, Biggie Dancer. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I wasn't able to catch all of what was going on in the chat, but I'm glad to see you all here. It really does make me happy to see all my friends here. Most of my friends are online. So thank you for being my friends. I really appreciate you, all of you. And I want to thank Mud Rabbit again for the wonderful card that she sent. I just got in the mail. So thank you so much. And it's also kind of nice to know that it's not too late to send maybe I should send some out. All right. Well, thank you again for coming along. I hope you all had fun. Until Friday, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. So be sure that you come back on Friday. We'll be waiting for you and looking for you. Till then, keep your cameras poised to the skies so you can take a picture of that UFO. Come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. Until then, peace in.